They play a number of roles. They provide a lot of money. As I said, North Carolina State's a good example. When they hired their new basketball coach, they knew that they would have to pay about $2 million if they wanted to get somebody of the caliber they were looking for. School didn't have that money. The Wolfpack Club, which is one of the most powerful alumni booster clubs in the country, they stepped up and said, no problem, we have the alumni, they're willing to write checks tomorrow, we'll pay for that coach. And it goes back to this coaching salary structure that we talked about, that much of the coaching salary structure is paid for by media contracts and booster groups. They also have a negative impact. They often pay players under the table. They get them cushy off-season jobs. Arkansas's football program was on probation for a number of years because an alumnus was hiring kids in the summer. They were no-show jobs where they were being paid $500 a week for not even showing up to work. That's the negative side of the alumni. But for the most part, they are the most avid boosters who not only buy season tickets, they build stadiums. T. Boone Pickens gave $165 million to Oklahoma State to build the T. Boone Pickens Stadium. Phil Knight, who I know you want to talk about at Oregon, he's given upwards of $400 or $500 million to that program and to Stanford where he went. They are the people who really support these programs.
So what's in it for them?
Cachet, access. Phil Knight's a good example. He has a suite in Oregon where he has a headset where he can actually listen in on the play calling. The coaching staff actually goes to his house every June and outlines what they're doing with recruiting, what their game plan is for the upcoming season. They actually have an athletic director at Oregon who during the football season, his entire job is to make sure that Phil Knight is happy. Wow. He picks him up at the airport when his private plane flies in. Phil Knight keeps his $300,000 or $1 million motorhome in the parking lot all season long. Goes there, goes up to his suite, and it gives him power, access, makes him feel special.
Do they ever, these booster clubs and Phil Knight, do they ever do anything for the academic side of the university?
They do. Phil Knight built the law school and named it after his dad. They also use it, though, to have incredible sway. For instance, Phil Knight, the way he got into founding Nike was he was on the track team at Oregon, and he was unhappy with what was going on with the track team in Oregon. He had pressured the school to fire the coach, to hire somebody else. They sort of pushed him off for a little bit. Then he gave $100 million to the business school at Stanford. And that was seen largely as a shot across the bow of Oregon saying, listen, my money can go elsewhere. If you don't do what I want, this is what's going to happen. And within about a month of him giving the $100 million to Stanford, the Oregon track coach was fired and they hired the guy that he wanted. So.
This excerpt is brought to you by the Massachusetts School of Law, the leader of reform in legal education and a leader in multimedia education for the public. To view the full interview and for a full listing of MSL's programs, log on to mslaw.edu.